Go. Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Town of Port Royal Council meeting for July 11th, 2025. June. Oof, it's just flying by. But yeah, I don't want to speed it up too much. We're having such a good time. June 11th, 2025, 6:30. We're here in the Town of Port Royal at the Yvonne C. Butler Council Chambers, 700 Paris Avenue. This time, I'll ask everyone to please rise while Councilman Guerrero leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilman Owens, you can lead us.
Father, we thank you for this opportunity as we assemble before your presence to conduct the business of our town. We thank you for the business that will be done tonight that will be pleasing in your sight and to those whom we serve. We thank you for those that are present and those that are listening by video, audio, video. And we thank you for the decisions that we make will be in the best interest of those whom we serve. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Okay. All right, up first, we've got approval of minutes. I've got minutes for the budget workshop of May 7th, minutes from the public hearing, May 7th as well, minutes from the council workshop of May 7th, minutes from the budget workshop number 2 of May 14th, and minutes from the council meeting of May 14th, all from this year, of course. I'll entertain a motion that we approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any corrections, deletions, subtractions, additions?
No.
All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. The minutes are in the records. Up first, we've got something that we love to see. Been getting a lot of these this year, and that's great, and we really appreciate it. We've got an oath of a new police officer, Mrs. Diana Mumford. If you could come down, and absolutely, we'll get some pictures with family too in a minute, but yeah, let the,
Hello, council,
hey, chief.
Chief.
Mayor, town manager, administration. Very happy to be here tonight. Every time we swear somebody in for the Port Royal Police family, I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's a lot better than coming up here and talking about budgets. No offense. This is more fun. But tonight's kind of extra special too for a number of reasons. One, our new officer here, Grace Mumford, she's already a sworn police officer. She has come from another jurisdiction, and being that she's sworn and has this experience, she's not a person that's just out looking for a job. She really had the mindset and the forethought to decide someplace where she wants to go and where she wants to be, and she chose Port Royal. And I think that says a lot about what we're doing and a lot about the support that people are seeing from our council and our town manager and what we're doing. And it says a lot about the men and women that are here to swear her in and what they're doing out there on the road. Another thing that I think makes us really special is she didn't find us through our normal recruiting. She was recruited by 2 of our officers. And again, I think that says a lot about the men and women of the Port Royal Police Department. Officer Shepard and Sergeant Case were right over there also. They've known her for a long time. They told her about the department, so she knows what she's getting into, told her about the town, and she chose us above all the other agencies. And last but not least, tonight's not to burst the bubble, but it's just kind of a ceremonial swearing in because she's already been sworn in. Friday she came to us and said, Chief and Deputy Chief, I want to work the weekend. I know that I'm starting here, I'm anxious, I want to get going. So we did the actual swearing in on Friday so she could work the weekend. And her first night out, she was on Sergeant Shaw's ship. She got a DUI and found drugs and charged somebody with distribution of meth, I think, or what was it? Methamphetamine. So I think we got some great things to come from this office. A little bit about Grace. First, her first name is Diane, but don't call her Diane. I've already heard about it.
I apologize.
Please call her Grace. She's a local resident, born and raised here in Beaufort County, and actually Beaufort City too, correct? Or Beaufort County? Beaufort County? Okay. Graduate of Battery Creek High, 5 years as an EMS officer in Charleston and Berkeley counties, community outreach coordinator for Berkeley County EMS. She received the award for community outreach from the Coastal Crisis Chaplaincy. Hope I said that right. She's a field training officer for EMS, so she comes with a lot of experience, there's a lot of certificates in that field, and she's really going to be hopefully helpful to us in the next couple of years, training our officers in things that pertain to that. She graduated in March of 2025 from the academy. This is Mr. Johnson. Did I get that right? who Grace has said is one of her mentors, not only in law enforcement, but also for her faith also. So he's up here to kind of encourage her and bring her on. So if you're ready, we'll go through the formal ceremony. Sir, if you want to hold the Bible, raise your right hand. I, Grace Munford,
I, Grace Mumford,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I am duly qualified,
that I am duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of the state,
to exercise the duties
to exercise the duties
of this office
of this office,
to which I have been appointed,
to which I have been appointed,
and that I will
and that I will
equally,
equally,
fairly,
fairly,
impartially,
and partially,
and to the best of my ability,
and to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
and preserve,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution of this state
the Constitution of the state
and of the United States,
and of the United States.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Yeah, if you want to get the family. I'll just come here.
One, two, three.
There's a couple more down here. Yeah, we'll do it. Just stand in the chair. One more.
Two more.
Two more. Okay. Hold that smile.
One more.
Y'all know he's taking pictures of his own face. I mean,
They're professional models.
And one, two, three. Hopefully everyone's eyes were open. Thank you. Pleasure.
Cell phones at the exit.
Thank you.
Congrats.
That's always a great way to start off a meeting. We've been having a few of those. Thank you to Chief, thank you to the entire department, and especially thank you to Officer Mumford for making the decision to join the Fort Worth Police Department. You know, we've got nothing but love and respect for our law enforcement officers here in Port Royal. Anyone that makes that decision to put on that uniform, protect us, keep us safe, you know, we owe a lot to them. So thank you again. All right, now we're moving in. Council briefing.
just a couple of updates. I'm sure y'all went through very thoroughly last week. First item, obviously, the speed humps have been corrected, and the remaining signs are being installed in the downtown area. They're all within compliance of the spec that was originally provided to the contractor, and they were corrected.
Were we able to look into, is it's funny, some were too big, and then some were too small. Have we
That was
determined
the
that the...
Goldilocks provision.
I was about to
Yeah.
say, there were, some were too big, some were too little. Did we look into to see if the ones that were too little, where these are up to spec,
No,
they're
no,
as big
no.
as they can be, and just make
No, the
that
first one-
they're all, as effective as they can?
Right. Yes,
Okay.
yes. The first one that was installed on 11th Street was too small. And that's what we went from 3-inch over 14 feet to 4 inches over 12 feet. And we were able to do that because we own the roads.
Yes.
That's still in compliance with the federal standard. On the DOT roads, they specified 3 inches over 14 feet. So, and I went over to Casablanca and
Go.
drove very fast and to test them if you were speeding.
Did you
And
just say you were
will-
speeding?
You will have a slight Dukes of Hazzard moment.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
We
But
didn't do that.
the 7 and 8 inchers are gone.
I got you.
It's all is well.
And that's it. I mean, and again, I just wanted to reiterate with that. We talked about it last week, that was quite a change. It's something we've been talking about for a long time. However, we've all recognized and we know that Port Royal's growing. More people are visiting here. Again, we mentioned we're starting to pop up on those articles, top 10 this, place to visit this, and you've got tourists here. And while we are going to continue to grow with the port and our urban centers of Paris Avenue, these are goals of ours to bring more business into the town, we still are a residential area. We still have a lot of families, we still have a lot of people at all ages that live all over this town, and these roads are shared by those families. We've got people pushing strollers, we got a lot of golf carts, we've got scooters, bicycles, trucks pulling boats, semi-trucks, all of that sharing the exact same roads. One thing that's unique about Port Royal is once you pull into the village, there's no cut-through. It's not like a town where you're trying to get to somewhere else. There's no bridge out of there, and there's no highway out of there. So once you've pulled into the town, you're now in the town of Port Royal. Slow down. Were you just speeding? You're trying to go from 14th Street to 11th Street? It's going to be there. So just slow down. And again, it is a residential area. We're just trying to keep everybody safe and be proactive in that thought. You never know what tragedies you prevent. You only know when a tragedy happens. And I hope that we never have to endure any kind of tragedy with speeding in vehicles, because we know if a vehicle hits a person, a scooter, a golf cart, a bicycle, the vehicle's going to win. And whoever's on the other side of that could be in a really bad situation. So the more we can avoid that, the better. And that's what we're trying to do here. So, we did put in 28. Some of them were wrong, but however, the town got right on it, fixing those, correcting those, and from my position, I mean, really, what more could you ask for? So, that's what I wanted to say.
Are we able to squeeze any out for Sands Beach Road?
We're going to look into that as well. We do have some wiggle room in the budget, so I think maybe 2 to 4 that we can add beyond the original map. I know that with Sands Beach Road and boat trailers, but I've noticed issues with
At least
drivers.
a couple because, of course, I walk this entire.
Oh, yeah.
And
what's that
and
parks
they
there?
just disregard, going around, they just disregard it, so.
I want to say one thing. I look at our efforts over the course of the past 2 or 3 years by reducing the speed limit, by raising awareness to veteran suicide on Paris Avenue at 22 miles an hour.
Yes, sir.
To recognize the 22 veterans who commit suicide a day. And then our lateral roads, we reduced those speed limits to 15. We've got more police presence and awareness. And then we've got our speed humps. These are humps. I've heard nothing but positive from the residents of the community, people that live here. Like Kevin said, that are walking, they're pushing their strollers, they're out in the community. I've heard nothing but positive. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And just the other thing, obviously, we kind of did a soft opening of the causeway, so people could use it this past weekend, the causeway, to get out onto the beach and free up some of the spots that are being occupied, unfortunately, by vehicles where trailers should be. And all this went well. It hasn't collapsed. There's no blind spot. There are signs for people to yield appropriately. Everybody's behaving. Everybody's generally pleased. We do have some pedestrians that like to use the main way, but we're working on that.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it's going well. The fencing will come down. The gate should be installed in the next week or so.
Great.
Which will be automated dusk to dawn, so. And the lighting is there as well.
Yes. I've been able down there, I'm sure we've all been down there and checked it out, used the beach. Again, that's another thing, kind of reiterating what Councilman Ashmore was saying, from citizens and people, I've heard nothing but positive things. Literally yesterday, I was pulling off of it, and the lady was pulling on and just yelling out of her window, "Thank you so much, we love it." Like, I mean, it's working. I know anytime you do something brand new that's never been there before, there's gonna be some resistance and what is this? And, however, again, that is just a piece that is going to be there for such a long period of time and guarantee that the access to that amenity of Sands Beach Park remains open to the public. People can get their cars down there, they can bring their families down there and spend time at the water, which is so important to us. It's really an investment in the future. I think it looks great. It's fun riding over it. I mean, and again, hopefully, we're not going to have to be digging cars out of the mud and the sand this year, and so that's great. So.
We will be extracting those signs from out of the marsh, right?
Oh.
Do that drive out here and.
Well, some people will be amazed what people will do, so we may have to leave.
Okay, you're right. Okay.
I would ask if we could, once we have that completely set, ready to go, if we could do an official
Oh, absolutely.
opening, yeah,
I
absolutely.
can't
that'd
wait
be
to the
great.
4th to see the
Yes,
population.
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay. Anything from council?
And then there's one last thing, obviously, you probably saw somebody going around cleaning all of the street signs.
Yeah.
So it's part of the contract, the power wash here, clean the signs up, and he's also been doing all of the downtown. White and blue signs, even the red stop signs that have some growth on them, so all that's been cleaned up.
Cool, that's good. We want people to be able to read them. So, absolutely. No?
That's all I got.
Cool. Any
So with
other-
all the good stuff going on, I guess we gotta throw something, right? Like, can I recommend that we install a traffic circle or something?
Where?
Yeah,
Well, no, somewhere.
And we're not-
Just
Yeah,
just
let's
to
throw
get
it out
everybody
there.
upset again.
We're not reimagining anything.
No, all right. I'm just saying, we
Not
don't wanna
today.
jinx ourselves.
Not today.
So, all right, any questions or comments from council for staff?
So much work, man. So much work, so little time. It's been
Yeah.
awesome, and keeping track of it is what it is, and that's what's important, Van. So thanks for that, and the team, really.
Yes.
Keeping on these contracts that we're putting together and holding people and companies, contractors accountable to that and holding, it's just great. It's great, because our folks are getting what they deserve. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is a lot what they put out, so absolutely. Okay, first, we've got public comment for anyone that has some issue on the agenda. However, I did not receive any public comment form, so we will move into first reading. First reading is ordinance 2025-10, an ordinance to amend Article 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the Development Code of the Town of Port Royal, South Carolina. Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Get a second?
Second.
All right, discussion, comments, anything from council? This is first reading. I did want to put out there to the public, if you go to our website and pull up our agenda, all the documents that we're talking about, everything that Noah's been working on is hyperlinked to that agenda. You can click, it's lined out in red, you can click that, and it's got everything there that Noah and the Planning Commission have been working on. So this is just first reading. We will have a second reading. Again, the goal, just to kind of reiterate to everyone, the idea behind this was to try and make sure and put a code in place that we think fits with the town of Port Royal, fits with the culture of Port Royal, and tries to encourage diversity of architecture and a diversity of buildings throughout not just the village, but into our commercial corridors and expanding out throughout the town. So that's been the goal of that. Noah's done a ton of work with that. Great presentation last week on that. And again, I would just encourage anybody that wants to read up on that, you can go to our agenda on our website, click on the hyperlink, and read away.
And call me.
And call Noah. Was that a good summary up here from?
That's perfect.
All right, okay. Well, with that being said, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, all right, first reading. Up next, second reading, 2025-5, an ordinance to amend as follows, Section 1 of Ordinance 2024-10, to provide for the levy of taxes for ordinary town purposes in the town of Port Royal, South Carolina, for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025, and to provide for the expenditures thereof. I entertain a motion.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Okay.
Jerry.
I'll let you try to decide which one that was, who got number 2 on that.
Jerry.
Jerry, got it, okay. Okay, we'll open that up for any discussion or comments. We've been talking about the budget. We do it every year this time. We've had, how many public workshops? Three workshops, public hearings. Again, I think some of the highlights that you said was we got a $11 million budget. I'll let you give,
Yeah, it's $11,161,770. Anticipated millage of 72,
yep,
which is a reduction from 70.
a 2 mil reduction for the
$2
town
mil
board.
reduction.
Absolutely, with the largest budget we've ever had. So we're seeing growth across all areas of the town, which is good. So, thank you again for the work. I know the budget.
2
can
mil
get-
reduction.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
Yeah.
just sounds good. Can you say it one more time?
2 mil reduction.
Not a point, nothing, 2.
2. Well done.
Absolutely.
And still got all we got.
Yeah, you got everything. Yep. A lot of projects, a lot of work. Got
Good job,
raises,
Pat.
raises for everybody, COLA raises, and then the police department. So, good job. Yeah, again, thank you for all the hard work. With that, I'll entertain a motion that we approve 2025-5. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, it's unanimous. Up now, 2025-6, an ordinance to approve the court document budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025. I will recuse myself from that because myself and the law firm that I engage in, we do some work from time to time with the Public Defender's Office, which this budget engage with. So for the purpose of all transparency, I always recuse myself from this budget. I will let you know that that contract is ending, so next year we won't have to do this. So we can just do one budget, but this will be the last one where I recuse myself. So on that, I'll move this over to the Mayor Pro Temp, let her call the vote.
Okay? Anybody want to make a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion, a second. Any discussion?
None.
All in favor, raise the hand. Aye. Ayes have it. Carried. Mayor, come back.
All right, and I'm back.
Good job, Mayor.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Okay, we got a budget, and it's balanced, huh? Couldn't ask for it. Couldn't ask for anything better. So, now, something that I'm very excited about, I think we're all very excited about. We got 3 big items here on the agenda. First is 2025-7, an ordinance to further amend and restate the planned unit development for the Port of Port Royal tract originally enacted by ordinance 2011-17, as amended by ordinance in 2017-20, and ordinance 21-25, and other matters related thereto. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All right, so we get into the discussion of this one, and I do just want to take a minute because the next 3 are very important, and this is the second reading, so this gets it on the books. And if I could, I'd like to call Mr. Colby Cooper. We've got a Safe Harbor representative here down to the floor. I'm just kidding. So, and really nothing.
Council.
Yeah, and so first, I'll just start off and just wanted to say thank you. When you read that, it kind of gives you a little bit of that timeline. First ordinance, we're at 2011-17, amended again 2017, amended again 2021, and here we are again amending in 2025. That just shows you how long this process has been going on, how important it is to this town. And again, I just wanted to say thank you. I didn't know if you had anything you just wanted to add really quick while you're here.
I think many of us were teenagers when this process started. In all sincerity, Mayor, Council, town staff, our message from Safe Harbor tonight is one of gratitude. We want to express our gratitude because we know where this started and we know what we've worked through. And that expression of gratitude goes to the dais, but it also goes to Van, it goes to Noah, it goes to Brooke, it goes to Lawrence. We have worked through some difficult things, and we see this renewed, reset relationship being the springboard for a great future, a long generational future together. And so we look very much forward to the next steps that we'll be taking with you. So thank you on behalf of the entire Safe Harbor family.
Absolutely. We look forward to just more interactions and more meetings and all of those things. Some people up here on this council were on council when it was first sold in 2017. I was not. I believe the majority of the council was. 3 of us were there when it was originally sold into private hands. 4 of us were there when it was sold again in 2021 in that process. And here we are. We've done a lot of work. We've spent a lot of time really hammering out those issues, getting to a place where everybody kind of knows what to do. They know what the goal is and they know where we're going. We keep saying, though, all this work's been done. However, this is not the end. This is literally just the beginning.
This is the paperwork.
This is the paperwork part that gets everybody to go to work. So I'm really excited about it. I know that this council is, and that, this is a big deal. I wanted us just to take a minute and talk about it. While every vote that we take up here is very important, and we take them all very serious, these three right here change the town forever.
Yes.
When we get to E, the town we will take ownership of Lot G tomorrow. We will take ownership of the beer garden tomorrow. The Spanish Marsh Trail is now being reviewed, the bid for that is now being reviewed by county council because of the easement is already done. These are tangible things that are actually happening. And so, with this job up here being elected, sometimes all you hear is the negative, and you can get really drawn out by that. But I think that, if you just focus on the negative, you drive yourself crazy. And you gotta take a minute and celebrate wins. Celebrate the good times and the good things. And again, we still got a ton of work to do, and we're excited about that. But I'm just excited for us. I'm excited that we are here in this time, in this place, and we get to be a part of this. This is really cool. Not a lot of people, and again, it's just a blessing to be a part of something and watch something grow and be able to, have our town be a part of it. And to all of us, we're really going to watch this town develop and grow into what we know is the future. And I just thank God that, I get to be here while it's happening, and I get to be a part of it. So I just wanted to, personally for me, thank you to especially the citizens for being behind us and holding our feet to the fire, and making sure that we do a good job. Staff, heavy work, I know, heavy work, and Safe Harbor as well too. Nicole, a lot of work, I know. So Lawrence, I hope he's not listening. If he is, he's probably billing us. But but if you're listening, Lawrence, thank you for all of your work. Like I said, I really just filled with gratitude and just feel blessed to be here at this moment in this time in history. So for the town of the Port Royal, I'll just open it up if anybody's got anything from the council, because the other three, they're all related to this project. So we'll run through the other two, but I just wanted to give my little 2 cents on this part.
And
So.
I just I got to echo the mayor. I mean, this has been a journey for us.
Yes, ma'am.
And we've had a lot of ups and downs, and I'm glad that we were able, with this council and the staff, to come together and put Port Royal first and y'all's project first. The only thing I'm going to ask you, and I'll probably ask you to the day I die, make sure I get that promenade deck for the people of Port Royal on the waterfront as promised.
Yes, it's in
Okay?
there.
That's all I
Yes,
got.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
It's in the regulating plan. You codify it tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
This is a great moment in the history of our community.
Yes, sir.
This goes beyond 2011. Governor Mark Sanford actually shuttered that port in the early 2000s, right?
2003.
2002?
The first letter written for the town was 2003. and The legislation passed in 2006.
Yeah.
But it's been going on.
So there have been a lot of, it's just been a long time coming, a long time in the works, and a lot of community support, and it's like highs and lows. It's been a journey.
Yes, sir.
So I feel confident it's on the right path now, and we're moving forward. And for me, it's onward and upward. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, this is a monumental moment for Port Royal, and I'm sitting here and I've actually got goosebumps right now because I travel across the state, and those people that know me, the 2 questions that they ask, of course, is how are things going down there with the ports? And it's like, we're moving in this time and so forth. And as I said, this is monumental because as of tomorrow, we will actually have something tangible that's in place, and you can say, hey, progress is being made. And then from there forth, moving forward, we'll see boots on the ground and dirt being turned. And so I think that'll be behind us. So again, I thank all of those that played an intricate part in accomplishing this, and thank you. Looking at must-do, again, continuing to foster that relationship with the port developers. I see this as a partnership, and a partnership is like a family, and so welcome to the family, and from here we go up.
That's right.
Thank you. Anything, Councilman Guerrero?
Yeah, it's no secret that Safe Harbor Marinas runs and manages world-class marinas. And when my wife and I decided to retire in Port Royal, that was kind of what we were looking for. We were looking for a place that we could watch our kids grow and have something that was generational for them, And,
Yes, sir.
and you guys have a history of doing that. That's kind of your model.
Yes.
You built something for communities to grow with.
Yes.
And so again, just as world-class as your marinas are, so are our citizens, and we care about them deeply. And just like Mary Beth said, there's some things in those documents that we take really seriously. And again, this is going to be, I think it's going to be really fun to get through this with you guys.
Yeah.
Communication being key,
Yes.
right? That's, I think, what led us astray last time.
Yes.
And again, nothing gets better with time. We're all adults in this room. And we're in it together. We're all going to wear the same shirt at this point because this is where we got to get to. We wanted to be here tonight.
That's right.
And I think it's really, really amazing that we're here. They've seen it all.
Yeah.
I got 2 years behind this thing, and I'm already tired. I don't know how that, you know, but it's been great, you know. And so again, we have all the faith, and we have all, and we'll pray for you guys as you guys move forward in your crews. And
Yeah.
that's one thing that we do here. When we support something, our community supports it wholeheartedly, and we're all in it with you.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna give you that.
Thank you. And did I hear correctly, a traffic circle in our master plan? Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
in your master.
In our
plan.
master plan.
Phil wasn't even using right now.
That was humor.
Yeah, that was, no, we got it.
Our vision is to be the worldwide leader in waterfront lifestyle. The only way you can do that is to cast a shared vision along with the communities you live and operate in. And we want to embrace that vision in the product that we end up producing. You are transforming a town. Thank you for letting us be a part of that journey.
Absolutely. And with that, I will ask for all those in favor of approving 2025-7 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right.
Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Round of
Welcome to
applause
the
for
family.
everybody. Absolutely. Like I said, not the end, just the beginning. But hey, it's a beautiful beginning. It's a beautiful start. So, okay. Up next, 2025-8, an ordinance to further amend the development agreement between the town of Port Royal, South Carolina, and Safe Harbor Port Royal LLC under the terms that certain Third Amendment to development agreement and other matters related thereto. I entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All those, any discussion, comments on that one? No, sir. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. And last but not least, 2025-9, an ordinance to authorize the exchange of certain properties with Safe Harbor Marina Port Royal LLC, wherein the town of Port Royal shall transfer by deed certain properties to the town, of the town to Safe Harbor Marina Port Royal LLC, and the town shall accept deeds to certain properties from Safe Harbor Marina Port Royal LLC. Acceptance of property and license rights related to the Henry Robinson Boardwalk and planned extensions thereto, ratifying the acceptance of the Sands Beach boat landing and related dock facilities, ratifying conveyance of that certain perpetual easement for public use and access, and other matters related thereto. I'll entertain a motion.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion, comments?
Perpetual, I like
They got it right.
Got it right?
Yeah, that means a long time, I think. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right, again, very proud, that's awesome. It's very exciting. Like I said, a lot of work, but again, we still got our, a lot of work to do, but it's like I said, it's a great start, very, very,
And we're excited.
yeah, very to be proud of it. Okay. Up next is resolutions. We have a resolution 8-25. Resolution pledging to practice and promote civility in the town of Port Royal. I'll see if I'll just, I can find it over here.
The civility pledge.
He's like, I got it somewhere.
There we go. I got it. I got a lot of signatures because we're doing a lot of important things over here. So, okay. Resolution, and this is one to us, and let you know, if you look around, you'll see everybody's got these pins on, which I do not have mine, as I say everyone, but the council members beside me have their civility pins on it. We're a member, our municipality, as I believe all municipalities in the state of South Carolina are, with the MASC, the Municipal Association of South Carolina. We go to a conference with them every year, interact with other mayors, other councils, and it really is a great time to kind of learn from each other what's going on. While we are unique and we are individual in Port Royal, we don't want to be anybody else, because why would you? We do want to learn where we can and pick up, information along the way and try to have best practices. One of their things that they constantly promote is this civility pledge. And every time we go there, we talk about it, and we just talk about the importance of civility in local government. Sometimes you turn on the news when it comes to government, it gets a little crazy. But if you turn off your TV and you go down to your local town hall, you can see that a lot of good work is being done and a lot of people are working together to make their towns and communities a better place. So with that, I will read Resolution 8-2025, pledging to practice and promote civility in the town of Port Royal.
We read it together?
We want to read the pledge first.
Oh, the pledge, okay, the pledge, I thought it was like the whole thing.
No, the pledge.
You can pass a resolution, read the pledge, how about that?
Okay, pass the resolution, then we'll do the pledge again.
Sounds
Perfect.
good.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I took a sip of water. This is a big one. Whereas the recent national survey found that 93% of Americans believe that incivility is a problem, with 68% considering it a major problem and 74% believing that incivility is increasing in America. Whereas the Town Council of the Town of Port Royal, the governing body of the Town of Port Royal, South Carolina, recognizes that robust debate and the right to self-expression as protected by the First Amendment of the United States Constitution are fundamental rights and essential components of democratic self-governance. Whereas the council further recognizes that the public exchange of diverse ideas and viewpoints is necessary to the health of the community and the quality of governance in the municipality. Whereas the members of council, as elected representatives of the community and stewards of the public trust, recognize their special role in modeling open, free, and vigorous debate while maintaining the highest standards of civility, honesty, and mutual respect. And whereas, in order to publicly declare its commitment to civil discourse and to express its concerns for the common good and well-being of all residents, the council has determined and adopted this resolution. Now therefore be it resolved as follows. The Town of Port Royal pledges to practice and promote civility within the governing body. The elected, is this the pledge?
Official, no.
Okay. The elected officials of the council enact this civility pledge to build a stronger and more prosperous community by advocating for civil engagement, respecting others and their viewpoints, and finding solutions for the betterment of the Town of Port Royal. This pledge ensures all communication, both spoken and written, to be open, honest, and transparent, as this is vital for the cultivating trust and relationships. This pledge ensures mutual respect to achieve municipal goals, recognizing their patience, tolerance, and civility are imperative to success. This pledge ensures opportunities for finding common ground and engaging in civil discussion to seek solutions while actively listening and thoughtfully participating. Adopted in regular meeting this 11th day, June 2025. I say we vote on it, and then let's say the pledge together. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
I'll entertain a motion that we approve Resolution 8, 2025.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, all right. You guys ready together?
Yep.
All right. I pledge to build a stronger and more prosperous community by advocating for civil engagement, respecting others and their viewpoints, and finding solutions for the betterment of my city or town. All right. Thank you. You got to hold us to it. But no, that's something that I feel we are very blessed here in the town of Port Royal with how this town engages with its governments, the citizens, this council, very engaged in the public, very out there, very open. That is one thing when we go to that MCAS conference. I know we all have heard horror stories about some councils. We're talking fights, arrests, threats. Am I lying?
No,
that's true.
not at all.
People knock down dragouts in public. We're talking people getting arrested, hauled out, people being chased to cars. Some really, really kind of unfortunate stories when you talk to other councils. And every time this council walks away from those, we just go, thank God. Let's go back to Port Royal. Let's get back home.
Let's go home.
Yeah, let's go home. So, again, thank y'all for that. Now,
And one of the big things is people always say to us when we're talking to them, it's like, how do y'all all get along all the time? Well, we communicate.
yes.
Communication is the key.
Okay. Well, thank y'all for that. Up next, moving along, is approval of tree trimming contract for Naval Heritage.
Yeah, we received 3 bids, and the lowest responsible bid was from Sea Island Tree Services at $41,000. Staff is recommending approval, and this is for cleaning up the trees in the Naval Heritage Park.
And that is, just to clarify that, because I had some citizens ask me about, they just saw naval and they thought this was the hospital situation. This has nothing to do with the hospital situation. They are in the process of looking at maybe trimming some trees. However, that is a Department of the Navy decision that they're working through. This is about the park right there that we use in the farmers markets at every week. And as Councilman Ashmore clarified last week, nothing's getting cut down. This is just a
Deadwood removal, cleaning it up, kind of lifting a little bit. It's for the health of the trees.
Like what we did live food.
Roger that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Absolutely. So, I'll entertain a motion that we approve the recommended
I make a motion for the approval of the tree trimming contract for Naval Heritage Park.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, up next is a council action for Beaufort County Solid Waste and Recycling appointment. We opened that up to the public. We appreciate anyone that applies to volunteer on the boards and commissions of this town. That is such a great resource to have people that want to be engaged, people that want to give their input and dedicate and value their time, and dedicate, give their time to the town and volunteer for those positions. We did have one person apply for this position, so we're excited to have him at this time. Any questions, any follow-ups for Mr. Jim Berry?
So, welcome aboard.
Yeah. All right, I'll entertain a motion that we approve Mr. Jim Berry.
So move.
So, second.
All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you, Jim. Welcome aboard.
Welcome. Hit the ground running.
Up next is another appointment for the Military Enhancement Committee reappointment. Military Enhancement, also known as the MEC, is a organization that is under our Beaufort County Chamber of Commerce. And again, we are a military town. I don't think you can, it goes without saying, when you think Port Royal, you think about Parris Island, you think about the Naval Hospital, and so these appointments are really important. Mr. Boozer's done a great job, and he's offered himself to be reappointed. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion that we approve Mr. Jimmy Boozer for the Military Enhancement Committee.
So moved.
You get a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. We should get little buzzers so you can see 1, 2, who gets it in quickest. Yeah, right. Okay, up next, important dates. This Saturday, June 14th, 2025, is the Spring Street last concert series of our spring concert series. I think the bands have been great so far. We've been having a great time, and the weather's been holding out and been good for us. This week we got Kevin Burt and Big Medicine at 6 p.m. That's always a good time from 6 to 8 here on Parris Avenue. Thursday, June 19th is Juneteenth, National Independence Day. Town offices will be closed for that Thursday. Any dates or anything council would like to add?
No, we're good.
One's coming up, because they're celebrating, they're in town, they're right down the street from us, they're celebrating their 1-year anniversary, the Windhorse. Windhorse is having a 1-year anniversary here, right at the shed, right in the front there. Great addition, great business to the town. They do a lot of community events there, and just a great community space. Not only do they do great work, but they really are great community partners. They have their 1-year anniversary that day. I believe that starts at 11 to 4. They're kind of open all day, and then that'll move into the street music. Yeah. So just wanted to put that out there. And again, I always encourage anyone and everyone that's got an organization in town that has a business that's celebrating a 1 year or some sort of milestone. Please put that to us. We love to put that in our important dates. We love to promote that. We love to promote business and some chances for people to get together in the town. So if you've got one and you're thinking, how do I promote it? Please just let us know, and we will do what we can to help you out.
So we'll have, our next meeting will be July the 2nd, then we'll do fireworks July the 4th, correct? Is that right? Okay. I just looking at the calendar, I just want to make sure we
mentioned that one, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think we mentioned it a little bit during the parade the other day.
July 4th. Yeah, we take July 4th very serious here in Port Royal. We have a very good time. We have a big party down there at Sands Beach and the boat landing and all that, which now, because of the vote tonight, we completely own it, so.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, so.
Such a great time.
Absolutely. And the beer garden, yep. So July 4th, we'll be down there. But again, we will be back January 2nd for a council meeting. At this time, if you see no other dates to add, I will open it up to public comment. Seeing as I have gotten no public comment forms, we'll roll into council comment. I'll start to my right side, Mr. Councilman Guerrero.
So, I don't know if I'm going to steer your thunder off, if you're going to bring it up or not, but our mayor was, last week, served a pretty important and awesome role on Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island. He served as their parade reviewing officer. So the Marine Corps specifically, I don't know how the other services do it, because I didn't really interact a lot with them in this capacity, but we lean a lot on symbolism and tradition, right? And there's certain acts and certain events that would trigger the natural next step in either training or warfighting for that matter. And the pass and review or marching a command and review is what Kevin or Mayor Phillips was able to supervise last week, is probably the most important step for a young Marine leaving Parris Island. Without that review from a commander and another reviewing official, he or she cannot move on in training. Worse, they cannot move on to the front lines to serve their country as they so kind of intended to do. So I don't know if he was going to say it or not tonight. A proud moment for me serving on this council for him, understanding what it takes to be screened, to be nominated, and then to finally be selected by that commanding general to say, yep, that guy right there, let's go ahead and make him stand straight here without moving for the next 17 minutes. Just don't lock out your legs, because we won't leave you on a battlefield, but if you fall in a parade, we're going to leave you right there until the parade's over.
It was hot on that concrete.
No, and so for me, as a retired sergeant major and a retired sergeant major that served the men in those battalions there, I wanted to say thank you. I know what it takes for those young men and women to get to that point, being the regimental drill master and teaching them how to march like that. Was even a prouder moment for me, seeing the picture that you sent me of you standing in front of those colors as they marched before you. Again, it's a critical point for our men and women, our young Marines, to understand that they're done, just like we did today. That's just the beginning for them. That's the beginning of most of their careers. You have sergeant's major in there, you have master gunnery sergeants, you have a general in there somewhere right now. You know, and to know that you had a role in supervising their next step is pretty humbling and I think it should for our town to know that our mayor was selected as someone that could do that. We usually fly folks in from over across the world to come in and stand in on that X is what we call it.
Yeah.
And here you are, a guy from Charleston. Again, man, thank you so much for taking that time. I know it's a lot of time, but I know they appreciate it. I sure do appreciate it. Understanding.
We appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it was absolutely my honor. I was joking. They sent me an email. They asked me, and I had no idea what that was. I thought I was just going to be there, and they would say, "Oh, we have the mayor of Port Royal with us here today." And I get there, and they're like, "So, okay, we're going to read your bio, and then you're going to stand here with the CO. Then you're going to walk down this platform, and then they were like, and then you have to yell an order to command the parade for review. March the parade for review. I wrote it down, and those 3 words, and like the whole time the graduation was going, I was just saying it over and over in my head. I was like, do not mess this up, do not mess this up. And then you're right, and then you stand there on this X with the CO there, and Company M comes by platoon and walks by you, and they explained that to me, that what we were doing was reviewing them for their dress, their march, their order, and that was kind of like a last step for them to get it. And it was something I will never forget. Like I said, I've got pictures of it, got them framed. It was very humbling. I always tell people, if you can ever go to a Marine Corps graduation, go check it out. It is America at its best. You look out at those young men and women. It does not matter what color they are. It does not matter where they come from. It does not matter who their parents are or their backgrounds. They are all out there as a unit, in unison, representing the best of America. And like you said, you look out there, and there's a future general in there. There's a future, all of those officers. And so if you ever get a chance to see a Marine graduation, it makes you very proud. And I would hate to be anyone that thinks they want to stand up against that and see that. So, but yeah, thanks for bringing that up. And the good thing was my dad was in town because we had a baby shower over the weekend, so he got to come with me, and he was, oh my God, I think he was almost in tears. He thought it was amazing. So yeah, but yeah, thank you, Councilman Guerrero.
Awesome, man.
All right.
That's all I got.
Mayor Pro
What
Tem.
an honor.
It
We're so
was.
excited for you.
It was great.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to the public for always being here and supporting us with the Safe Harbor group. I am so excited that we have finally come to a decision, and we're going to be able to work together and make this town greater than it is already. And it's been a lot of time put in by our staff and this council, and we're just looking forward to it. And thank the citizens for standing behind us and pushing us in the right direction that they wanted to see us go, because it's not always an easy step up here to make those decisions. And we want to make sure that we're somebody sitting on this council that you can be proud of and continue to be proud of. We expect people to call us if there's a problem. Give us the opportunity to fix it. Don't wait and let everybody blast us. Just give us that few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you. Thank you all.
Yes, sir. Councilman Owens.
I just want to thank staff, Van and staff, for the amazing job that they do and tolerating us and tolerating the public and presenting a balanced budget and all those good things. I thank our first responders and law enforcement for the jobs that they do on a daily basis, putting service above self. And I just thank the public also for entrusting us and holding us accountable. So thank you.
Councilman Ashmore.
A lot of good things going on in Port Royal. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. In summertime, I would just encourage everybody to just have a safe, very fun summer. Port Royal's a great place to be during the summer months. I mean, always, but we have a good time during the summer here. So I got nothing to add. It's a beautiful night. Everybody, let's just celebrate and enjoy the positive things that are happening around us.
And you're not here all night in our meetings.
Yep, exactly. So as of now, we have got to enter to an executive session, personnel matters, town manager evaluation. His favorite part, yeah. This is the only executive session we get to, we kick Van out. Thank you, thank you, Nicole, yes.
Thank you so much.
So,
Hey, there's no
thank y'all for being
buyouts
here.
up here. What's up with that?
Yeah, no, what's up?
Are you
Kevin,
gonna sing
I
my
mean,
song in executive session?
I'll see you later, yes. Discuss personnel matters, town of manager evaluation. I think we'll keep them. I don't know about y'all, but
sounds
no action was taken though at the executive session. So again, great meeting tonight. At this time, I'll entertain a motion that we adjourn.
So moved.
Get a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you all very much, and everyone have a great night.